Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will step into the world of Tarzan of the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Tarzan of the Apes, written by Edgar Rice Burroughs and first published in 1912, is the iconic tale of a young boy raised by apes in the African jungle. The novel introduces readers to Tarzan, an English lord who, after being orphaned in the wilderness, grows up among a tribe of apes. The story blends action, adventure, and romance, creating one of the most enduring and recognizable characters in literary history. Burroughs' novel is a commentary on civilization, nature, and identity, and it sparked a franchise that includes numerous sequels, films, and adaptations. Plot summary. In the late 19th century, an English nobleman, Lord John Greystoke, and his pregnant wife, Lady Alice, set sail for Africa on a diplomatic mission. Tragedy strikes when their ship is taken over by mutineers, forcing the couple to be abandoned on a desolate jungle shore. There, in the unforgiving wilderness, they build a crude cabin as they await rescue. Time passes, and Lady Alice gives birth to a son. However, the hardships of jungle life soon take their toll. Alice dies of illness, and John Greystoke is killed in an attack by a tribe of great apes. In a curious twist of fate, a female ape named Kala, mourning the loss of her own infant, finds the abandoned English baby in the cabin. She takes the child into her arms, naming him Tarzan, meaning white skin in the ape language, and raises him as her own. The boy grows up among the tribe, learning the ways of the jungle, developing extraordinary strength, agility, and survival instincts. He also faces constant struggles for survival, particularly against the tribe's leader, the aggressive and tyrannical Kerchak, who distrusts Tarzan for his human differences. As Tarzan matures, he begins to sense his differences from the apes. His intelligence surpasses theirs, and he discovers his parents' cabin. There, he finds remnants of his true identity, books, tools, and a mirror. He teaches himself to read and write English by studying the books his father left behind, though he has no understanding of spoken language. Tarzan's intellectual growth sets him even further apart from the apes, while his physical prowess makes him a formidable force in the jungle. In time, Tarzan asserts his dominance over the tribe, eventually challenging and killing Kerchak, becoming the leader of the apes. Tarzan's life changes irrevocably when a new group of humans arrives on the shores of his jungle. Among them is Jane Porter, a young American woman traveling with her father, Professor Archimedes Q. Porter, and their entourage, including William Cecil Clayton, a distant relative of Tarzan, and a French naval officer, Paul Darnot. The group becomes stranded after their ship is attacked by mutineers, just as Tarzan's parents had been years earlier. Jane's beauty and intelligence immediately captivate Tarzan, awakening feelings in him he has never experienced. He watches over the group from a distance, intervening when danger strikes. When Jane is separated from the group and threatened by jungle predators, Tarzan saves her, carrying her to safety in his arms. Despite the barriers of language and culture, Tarzan and Jane form a deep, unspoken connection. Jane is both fascinated and bewildered by the wild man, who seems both savage and noble. While Tarzan protects Jane and her party, Darnot is captured by a hostile tribe. Tarzan tracks down and rescues him, nursing him back to health. Through Darnot, Tarzan learns to speak French, and eventually the two make plans to return to civilization. Before they leave, Darnot helps Tarzan uncover the truth about his heritage. By comparing the clues left in his parents' cabin with the records in Darnot's possession, Tarzan realizes that he is the rightful heir to the Greystoke title and estate. This discovery deepens his inner conflict, as Tarzan now knows he belongs to both the jungle and the aristocratic world. Meanwhile, Jane faces her own dilemma. William Clayton, unaware of Tarzan's true identity, has proposed to her. Clayton is a gentleman, offering her security and respectability, but Jane is drawn to Tarzan's raw power and deep, primal connection to the natural world. Torn between the two men, Jane hesitates in making a choice. As Tarzan prepares to follow Jane and the others back to civilization, he learns that she has agreed to marry Clayton. Heartbroken, Tarzan decides to sacrifice his own happiness for Jane's well-being, believing that life in the human world is not for him. He chooses to remain in the jungle, relinquishing his claim to both his title and Jane's love. He watches in silence as Jane and Clayton board a ship bound for America, leaving him behind in the wilderness that has been both his home and his prison. Yet, even as the ship disappears over the horizon, Tarzan stands tall, a man caught between two worlds, fully aware of his power, his nobility, and the love he has lost. The jungle calls to him, but the knowledge of his true lineage remains a part of him, forever linking him to the world of men. As the wind rustles through the trees, Tarzan knows that his journey is far from over. He is a lord of the jungle, but also a man of flesh and blood, driven by love, loss, and an unquenchable thirst for understanding his place in the world. That's all for now. The journey through Tarzan series doesn't end here. Check out the rest of the series by Edgar Rice Burroughs. You know where to find them. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Edgar Rice Burroughs' original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.